Okay, so you've decided to leave, let's say the UK, it could be any country, and you're going to Malaysia or you're going to anywhere. What are you going to do with your stuff? You're going to get it all in a suitcase? You're going to ship it in overnight boxes with FedEx? Or are you going to put it in a container? So we had three ways we shipped our goods. We did family of five, three kids, two adults, and a dog. We did we did a whole bunch in the container, stuff that we wouldn't need for a good 3 months. We did stuff that was in our house that we couldn't do without, but we couldn't get in our suitcase. That we shipped with FedEx, like 3-4 days, and that went on the day before we took the flight. I think that was 12 boxes, and then obviously the stuff that went in the suitcase. And we didn't do like 4 suitcases each because you got major issues. One, getting to the airport. Two, getting like through the airport and through the gate, and then picking up the other end and getting in a taxi. So we were strictly like one mega suitcase each and one carry-on for the flight. So let's talk about the bulk shipment, the 3-month in a container shipment. So how we worked it, anything we could get rid of, we did, because we've left our life, well, there's zero life in the UK now for us, so everything had to go. We didn't ship furniture. We didn't ship, like I had a workout bike and a treadmill, didn't ship that. Anything that we didn't desperately want to bring with us, we sold or gave away. So it meant in the end, we had 85 pieces. Now that number is important because when you come to count your number of items onto your courier and off your courier at the other end, that number 85 is what you'll go by. So we shipped things like clothing that we wanted to bring with us. I shipped a lot of computers for my work. I also didn't want to chuck computers that were in good working order because I thought as the kids grow up, they'll want a desktop to do their homework on, to do whatever on. So we took a lot of our computers with us, took all the monitors because I paid like £20, so maybe $25 a monitor, and I didn't want to have to buy monitors out here. I didn't ship our TV. It had been with me, I had like a 50-inch something Samsung. I didn't ship it. Why? Because it had done many years service. I did ship a smaller 40-inch and it didn't make it. What else did we ship? Shoes. My other half shipped handbags, clothes, more handbags, more shoes, more handbags. Then sporting equipment. I did ship a bike, a full-on road bike. I did ship kite surfing gear. I did ship golf clubs. I did ship dog stuff, so a whole load of dog beds. For some reason we had amassed like 15 dog beds, like spares, because when a dog bed gets smelly, they're really hard to wash and clean. So for some reason we had accumulated all these spare dog beds. But they're quite handy because they can kind of pack in around stuff. So in like delicate boxes or overly heavy boxes, when you just need to fill space, dog bed. That's about it for what went in our 85 boxes. What are the bulky items? Oh, we put in like some racking that we had from IKEA that we just thought was really good, and we thought it would set us up in our new house. Actually, it's that racking right there. We shipped these monitors, these computers, because I trade from home, so monitors and computers is my life. We did ship these desks. It's a weird thing though. They were like 30 quid IKEA desks, but we just thought at least we'll have them and it will save us replacing them, and we know we're going to need them. So all this kind of office stuff came with us, and because we closed down our business, kind of all those, we had an abundance of computers and monitors. Anyway, I'm labouring the task. So let's have a look. So our objective was to get from somewhere in Suffolk to somewhere in Malaysia. So we had a company helping us with the move, like the visa and that kind of element, and then they suggested a courier called Asian Tigers, apparently very popular, and they kind of assumed we'd use them, but as we always do, as is me and my other half, we went out and got other quotes. We went to a company called Pickford's, just so you can also get the quotes in. We went to Deliver One, we went to Hadley and Ottaway, and we went to Stirling and Lexicon. We also looked into, because we were in the e-commerce business, we just thought we would pallet ship all our belongings. We thought we'd pallet wrap a dozen pallets and ship all our stuff on pallets. We found a good quote for that, but they just said that it is not possible. They're going to unload your pallets because your stuff's going to go in a container, and they're going to want it in the smallest space possible. So they'll unload your pallets, and then they'll reload your pallets, if at all. And it's just not the done thing. You just do boxes. Everything needs to be boxed. But we'll get more into that. So anyway, pallet shipping is not an option. So we didn't get very far with Pickfords, with Hadley and Ottaway, with Stirling and Lexicon. Asian Tigers came back with a quote that was crazy number, like 28,000 to ship our stuff, to ship 85 boxes. Deliver One came in at £2,848. So very quickly, thank you to everyone else, we went with Deliver One. And actually, I'll just show you. Here's their website that you can go to. It's super good. You select it's all, you don't have to talk to anyone. This is what we all love these days. So you can just fill in what you're shipping, where it's going to, where from, and get your quote and then start. We had a really good handler at Deliver One who we did communicate with. She's called Victoria. She did an amazing job. I think we also had a Rachel. Anyway, between those two, we felt very comfortable pretty much the whole time with shipping our personal effects with them. Now, one thing we did do that maybe others don't is that we packed our own boxes. There is a level of service where you can just say, here's my house, pack it for me, and get it to my new house at my new location. Maybe that's what you get when you're a corporate move, when your company's arranging it for you. You'll just get people rock up at your house and box your stuff and deliver it to the other side. I guess if I was working for a company and they were moving me, that's what I'd want. I'd be like, you can pack my stuff. You want me to move, you pack my stuff. But we were moving on our own free will. Okay, so we had packed all our stuff. How we did this? We actually had a warehouse next to the house, and as we filled boxes, we lined them up down this warehouse, like box one. Now you have to be really detailed in what's gone in them. Well, detailed to this extent: 20 used male shirts, 5 used male trainers, size 11. 4 Dell 19-inch monitors, 4 used Dell 19-inch monitors. Now, why am I saying used? Because if it's not used, and if the importing, as it comes over the border in Malaysia, if they think it's new, you'll be charged duty, import duty, on that good. So we wrote on every box, big writing, used. On every item, literally, it was the quantity used, PC, used monitor, used clothing, used, we made a real point of saying it was used. So down for us, it was down this warehouse space. We loaded our boxes. Try and make them a weight that you can lift. So 20, 25, don't go over 30, because at the destination, if it's you unpacking, you've got to carry this bugger up the stairs or to the rooms. And if you've got like 80 boxes like we had, if you can't carry the boxes, and also remember, if the person loading your boxes onto the container can't lift it, he's going to kick it, he's going to drop it, he's going to shunt it, make it so you can lift it. So fill up your boxes and really chuck everything. If you've had some clothing for like 10 years, just chuck it. If you're putting a jumper in the box that you haven't worn in the last 12 months, just chuck it. If you're putting jeans that don't really fit anymore, but you're hoping you'll lose enough weight to put them on, chuck them or give them away. Maybe I shouldn't say chuck them, but don't take them with you. We vinted a lot of stuff. We eBayed a lot of stuff. We were just literally selling and getting rid of everything. Right. So, strong advice. If you can go with one suitcase and a travel-on bag, oh my God, you're a genius. If you have to ship stuff the day before, okay, you've done good. If, like us, you're shipping a whole 85 boxes, miserable fail. Okay, so anyway, Deliver One. Went through here, handled really nicely. We hit a stumbling block. You need to give them your passport, your visa, and just pay attention to the prohibited items. For example, Malaysia, you cannot bring in adult material. Know your destination, know what they're going to be looking out for, don't ship it. The inventory is really key. We had a box 1 and then a long list. So as something goes in, add it to your inventory. Box 2, add it to the inventory. Because you will be labeling those boxes. We labeled both on the outside twice and on the inside we put in a slip of what was in there, and we also printed out all this information, so that when we got to the other end and we needed the tennis grips, we knew which box they were in and which one we had to open. Because I'm sure if you've moved before, you know that there's a dozen boxes that you still haven't opened that have been in a room for the last 4 years. Right. So we had a visa issue because we still don't have our visa. That is because the government paused the program and they've only just reopened it, and it takes time to get through the new applications. So our shipper we had to get our relocation agent to help convince the shipping company that we didn't have the visa that we were hoping to have at the time, but would enter on a student visa and guardian visa. Once they saw that we had a place, we had paid for places at the school, paid for places at the academy, they were happy to ship. So even though it's a no initially, there's always a workaround. Work the workaround. It's possible. Yeah, so luckily Deliver One were willing to work with us on that, and we progressed. So in the run-up, now let's talk about the packaging. You need they call them double wall shipping cartons, or basically it's a cardboard box, but double walled cardboard box. I wouldn't go for the extra strong ones. It's just overkill and you're not going to need them at the other end. Double wall shipping containers, and then you need to tape it into oblivion. So not only do you go just like once down where the leaves shut, you also want to do multiple tape runs one way, multiple tape runs the other. If you've ever seen a box shipped from China, you will know exactly what I mean. You want your box to look like this. Basically, the cardboard has been completely covered by tape. That's how you want it to look. In terms of boxes we used, I know I'm going into detail here, but hey, why not? We used this double-walled. So you're going to want to buy a bunch of these double-walled cartons. On this page, go for a sensible size. So think about how big your arms are and how big your box will be. You'll also notice as you go down that the price suddenly jumps for super big boxes. See this, as soon as you get up here, the price jumps. It's like double. So I would say smaller boxes are better than bigger boxes. Tape. Do not buy cheap tape. You want 72 mil, I'll search it for you, 72 mil 3M tape. You want this one. Great big, strong 3M tape. Okay, so you're packing your boxes, you're printing out your inventory, your box number. Deliver One will actually send you a lot of that information. You'll have to fill it out on their customs form. Be as detailed as you can be on that inventory. One, for your own purpose at the other end, and two, for customs. And with every box, write used. Okay, so on the day of collection, we had a Luton van rocked up. They reckoned they could fit all 85 boxes in the back. I did help them load. All our boxes were ready, all printed, all secured, taped to oblivion. And then on boxes or on items, for example, I put a kite surfboard, so like a surfboard, and I put our sporting equipment on top, like hockey sticks, a set of golf club, cricket bat, and I black wrapped it, basically cling film. I wrapped it up. That will ship, again, tape it into oblivion. So if you're not in boxes, black wrap it, and padding on everything. Anything fragile. Package it, air pockets, those white balls, bubble wrap, just cover the stuff in wrapping. If you've never shipped, you would be amazed the condition the box is going to arrive at. And anything inside, if it is not well wrapped, will be destroyed. Okay. So yeah, the stuff came, it went, no problem at all, and then it was a waiting game. They needed to secure a vessel and a container. Eventually we got notification of both the vessel and the container. We shipped all those goods a good month before we left, so that hopefully by the time we arrived, they wouldn't be too long after us. The sooner you can ship those goods, the better, but you definitely don't want them to arrive at your house or your apartment prior to you getting there, so just make sure you've got your timings right. Deliver One guided on the quickest time it could possibly get there, so we knew we'd already be in country by the time our shipment arrived. Okay, you can follow your container if you're that way, if you're that way disposed. When it arrived in country, we got a notification that it was going through customs. There was nothing to do. And then Deliver One used a company called Ambassador, Ambassador, to deliver from the port to the house. There was an option to collect from port, but you don't want to do that. You really don't. Not unless you really know what you're doing. Pay for someone to drop your boxes. So we had a truck turn up, all booked in, bang on time. Guy had a mobile number, kept calling me, letting me know when he was going to arrive. About 6 guys jumped out. Out came the boxes. He gave me his inventory, 85 boxes. And as they walked in, one of the guys was in charge of telling me what number box it was and asking where I wanted it. Really slick operation. I was actually super impressed with Ambassador. So if you can use them in Malaysia if you're coming here, I'd strongly recommend using them. They were excellent. And then they offered to unpack the boxes, but we definitely wanted to unpack our own gear at our own pace. And they would have also put them in a room of our choice. But again, we just wanted them all in like the front place of the house, so that we could just slowly get through them afterwards. Again, up to you, but they would deliver to the rooms. That's about it. I think I've covered everything, and I hope I've made the key items exaggerated enough. The packing, the boxes, the protection, the tape, the used items for everything, the visa issues. Yeah, I think I've covered it all. Any questions, ask in the comments. I hope that's been useful. And yeah, I'd have no problems using those companies all over again if we were to move from here to somewhere else. That's it.